Welcome back, welcome back. We don't got a lot of time to segue in because the players are already in the lobby, so I'm just going to let you know that it is Casa Street Fighter 5. It is week 56. It is Friday. I am Brad. I'm here for this top 8, and joining me, you've heard about the spice that ain't so nice, but straight out of the soda aisle, it's the cola that makes you swole. It is Saint Cola joining me for the evening. How are you doing, sir?
I did not expect that, so I'm doing great. You had that written down somewhere, I bet. Let me see your paper. But people, we're going to see some great Street Fighter 5 action, as my man just said. We're in the top 8 spot of the Casa. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. We're about to see some good old treats. Let me tell you one thing here. We got some top tier action right here. I ain't seen Cozy come through on the top 8 like this. All right, this is something special for y'all. Y'all order this on the special side of the menu. Cozy coming through in the top 8? Hold up, now let me find out he for real.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this top 8 coming up earlier, missing a little bit at the beginning, I looked at it, I was like, hold the phone. Why are all the players that I am used to seeing down in losers or out of the bracket? And it's because people came to play Nightmare Effect and Cozy Phil, the beginning of our winner side top 8 Boxer versus Falk.
And this matchup is not going to be fun for poor Falk, because he does have the V skill to get through, and when he gets in, he's hard to get off. It's like Gorilla Glue almost stick to you. But you see that punish right there. Cozy Phil putting the pressure on the deck.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really patient neutral so far, and I think a lot of that is, to your point, talking about the strength of that V-Skill 1, right? The second Nightmare Effect is in range for that V-Skill 1, you see that hesitance from Cozy Phil. Ooh, okay, there's the V-Trigger activation. Are we going to see a reset into it? Yes, we are, but we matched DP out of that.
Of course, don't want to take no goddamn thing here. Sun rising down, but that's okay. He's got a lot of bar at the bottom. My man's all about the sauce. All he has to do is go low, and there you go! The EX connects. Nightmare. It's a nightmare when he's got the bar at the bottom, because you know how Rog operates. He's got that Roggery.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that VT was there a little bit longer, that starts to look a little bit better for Cozy Phil, because, you know, once that VT runs out, it stops being a guarantee one-touch situation, but, ooh, that was rough, and great presence of mind to stick it out with that low, and we already seeing an atrocious neutral straight back to the corner, about half health lost on the side of Cozy Phil. We got that V-trigger, we almost got CA on deck, there it is off the Aaron poke.
But is he going to be even able to use any bar? My only person using the bar, the only person cooking out here, the Nightmare Effect. As I say that, Commentator's Curse, shots to the skies, no surprise, he's going to find that confirmed. Activation, back throw, lock him down.
And we've seen this. I know you watch the Salt Mine. I know you watch another Falk play and Phil in the 4 Phils at the EU. We know that this V-trigger combination with this much meter, Falk can produce the damages. You just need the right hit to do it. This is a lot of gray life, but Cozy Phil seeming confident in some down back right now.
It's just one good whip punish away from Nightmare Effect. The walk up though, you can take those. It's a little bit more V reversal. Just one more hit to do it, dancing on him with the flamingo. 2-step on him.
Yo, Cozy Phil got some flat feet right now, though, not responding to the dancing in kind. This is a lot of gray life, but that doesn't matter. It's a one-touch game with or without it. Nightmare Effect could die in one hit as well. Look at this patience. I swear to God, this has been 10 seconds of absolutely nothing. We still have another bar. There it is. The dash straight at max range. And Nightmare Effect taking the first game. Oh my God, so patient, so close from Cozy Phil. Almost made that happen, but I mean, the defense just so good. I think from both, neither one of them taking particularly huge risks.
Yeah, I agree, but I think at the same time, if you look at the last match, when someone's down backing like that, the risk and reward favor is definitely in Nightmare's side. With the amount of health that he had, and only one whip button would have done the deal. And you know how when she sticks out that stick, she gonna get it. She sticks out the stick, she gonna get it. And that's what Nightmare Effect was banking on. Still got the opening. And those are the moments of the games that you have to watch. Like, what are they doing? Where their stance at? Where they're down? Are they down backing a lot? If you're Nightmare Effect, you're looking for those moments of opportunity to go in for the throw, just like that.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, that's like a great observation. And that's one of the things about Falk that's a little bit difficult, right? Like, the characters like this, when you have the life lead, you do a great job of sitting on that lead and sitting on some down back. But when you have to come back from the deficit, you can be as patient as you want. And the fact that this dash in throw game is opening up, exactly to your point, the fact that that down back has been so thoroughly communicated.
He's breaking down a little bit. That activation raw and uncooked. But you know, Nightmare got that sauce, dog. slathered and lathered in that sauce is what he's about. Shout out to him. He definitely does a streaming game, so y'all should check out that stream also on that content run. But don't get it twisted. Just because you do some content don't mean you not content to bust up some heads. Ooh, you see the fadeaway? Nah, son, relax. He said, I'm gonna make content out of you. I'm gonna make content out of you. Check out my YouTube. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment after I beat you.
Man, just walking out of range of that throw. And I mean, like, it's seeming really difficult. I mean, when the second Cozy Phil is on this back foot and has to try to deal this damage, I feel like that's one of the things that we don't often see, right? Nightmare Effect is just content to like, all right, I'll take the throw or I'll walk back if you gotta really walk. I got the life lead, I'll use this. Like, I got the resources, I'm gonna cash them out. Now Cozy Phil though, sitting pretty. These pokes working out, has the life lead. Now you can play this slower game.
Yeah, this is the range that you want to play at. It's nice limit range. You're not getting too obvious. I think actually one of the problems is you kind of give a tall tale sign of when you want to throw out the projectile. You charge it up. He knows when to go for the V skill. But Cozy is actually using that to an effect where he's just going into these throws and these hits. But back at him is Nightmare Effect with the EX.
Okay, I mean, Nightmare Effect has V-Trigger on deck, so we got to look for the de facto activation routes, but Cozy Phil's sitting on a ton of resources here. The question is, how much do you try to cash out? I think if you can do this, oh no, the Whiff DP! Oh my god, the Whiff DP ends up creating an impromptu spacing trap and managing to clean out the round, sitting on all your meter.
Hold on, impromptu, you know what happens if you say a player does something impromptu something. That was according to plan, analyze the frames and the inputs. That was perfectly according to plan. What are you talking about, Brad?
I see. I just checked the rank. Cozy Philip is in fact higher than Diamond, so it was calculated.
Okay. There we go. You're getting that face calculatedly rearranged. The eye has been, dropped a little bit lower. It's like a patch soap. The eye's been dropped a little bit lower. The mouth is up here. As fists come to face, it's going to put him in his place. That's two. That's two. Brad, what do you do? What do you do? If you're Cozy Phil, what do you do?
I mean, it's easier said than done, right? You're dealing with the threat of dash straight versus dash in throw is really difficult to deal with. We saw the beginnings of a great round at one point there. I mean, like, if Cozy Phil is able to get that life lead and really sit on it, it's super effective. I think the difficulty is Nightmare Effect's defense is good enough that if Nightmare Effect has to back off and be the defensive player and sit on the life lead, it's seeming like Cozy Phil has basically nothing to do. Like, even we're seeing the possibility of the big V-trigger swings, but like Nightmare Effect is perfectly content to just back off and be like, yeah, okay, cool, I'll wait out the timer. It's like, if I don't swing, what does it matter? Oh no, caught with the backdash though.
Yeah, that's a typical thing. If you're Nightmare, you know about that, but not a lot of damage done from that interaction. DP right there. Does it again, dog. Did you not learn? I'm gonna twice as nice. Twice as nice. I'm gonna teach you. Throw, not the stun just yet though. I almost called it 4 fills. You're gonna need all four Cozy Phils out here to get this victory as the comeback is in the hands of Nightmare Effect. Where did his health go? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Brad, where'd it go?
It was distributed to the 3 other fills.
Okay.
Oh my god, what a whiff punish on the dash straight. Exactly out of range. This is looking like... I was about to say it's looking like a really good round for Cozy Phil, but we've seen a couple of them. And I mean, that last one was such a great round for Cozy Phil, with the V-Trigger working out the best that it has so far, and Nightmare Effect still managing to make it work. It's just the damage output compared to the amount of correct offensive decisions that need to be made is so much better in Boxer's favor.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's always been. Even in matchups where he loses, he still has the potential to come back because of the damage differential. Big crush right here. EX connects. B skill. EX, one more hit for the stun, one more hit for the done if he can find it, and he goes in for the win. Sauce him up. Sauce him. I don't want to see a piece of meat sticking out. All I want to see is sauce. And I'll tell you one thing, Nightmare Effect. You know this. Everyone at home knows this. It's all about the sauce. If you ain't got the sauce, you lost, all right? If you ain't got the sauce, you lost, all right? Everyone has juice for a couple of hours. You won't have it for days, but the sauce is forever. And forever, my man will be moving through the bracket. Winner side, Phil moving down. You're going to have to call the 5th one. You have to call the 5th one.
Yeah, I mean, the sauce is ideal. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure that Nightmare Effect was looking at that and saw the numbers and letters falling down in the back with the Matrix, because man's had the sauce code. had the Sox code on deck. So moving up to the winners finals, gets to play the winner of Marvisto and Justa. Marvisto in the bracket. We had the LI crew coming out today. I feel like I ain't seen him in a while. Always a pleasure to see Marv in here. I know Moons was in here as well. Unfortunately dropped down to Art, just shy of top 8. To let y'all know, because we've not talked about the bracket yet, down in the loser side, we have Glitter versus Art, and then Flux Waves versus OG Yawn.
Damn, yo, I cannot wait to see Just a Kid play. Not only because I get to make fun of him, but also, he's been working on the Rashid, right? Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna see this dude. If I see this dude at CPT, he's definitely gonna get it. All right, you know, you make a mistake, you make a bad DP, I'm definitely gonna go in, Just a Kid. I know you streaming this, so I'm definitely gonna be making fun of you. But still, I gotta give him some credit. His Rashid used to be super dusty, super ashy. He probably put some aloe vera on that, you know, made it a little bit more smooth with the groove. And his jumping, you know, it's a lot more calculated. You know, he used to have a problem. He jumped a lot. Just a Kid used to be just jumping, all right? He's just jumping over to the jury pick for this. I think he doesn't think the Rashid pick isn't strong enough for him right now, so you go with what you came with.
Yeah, Marv rocking the Ryu. I was talking in the staff chat while we were watching. Marv, obviously a really capable Shoto player, but we were talking about Marv's Honda. I'm definitely happier to see the Ryu because I'm always excited to see some Ryu.
That's the thing.
No.
Like you definitely want to. Most people don't want to see the Honda just in general. Oh, the raw Tatsu to go over, but that was too long. And Just Kid was already blocking. He had set him up for it too. Falls the fireball. EX connects. Dash up with the medium. Marviso slows things down. Here's the activation.
I'm actually kind of shook that Justa actually had that already. I feel like there's still so much life on Jury. The fact that Just a Kid had V-Trigger already is insane. There's the V-Trigger activation from Marv. Rocking V-Trigger 1.
Better fireballs. Better pressure. Papa John's. Will jump denied with a DP applied. I like that from Marvisto. Knows where to stand. And blocks it out again with the EX. I love this.
That fireball recovered far sooner than I believed that it should. Just a Kid actually about to get another V-Trigger. Not that it's going to matter if you walk in to that standing medium kick from Jory. First round on the board for Just a Kid.
You also see the whole setup of the V-skill right there. Stocking up on the V-skill. Didn't even need to use it. Marviso thinking about the ground game. Still, Just a Kid with the normal to do it. Tatsu over the fireball. This time it works out in the clutch. Interrupting the EX. And I like this from Marviso. Just allowing for a lot more pressure on his side.
All right, walking forward. Okay, wake up low short from Just a Kid. Oh, EX goes over the low forward from Marv. Now Just a Kid gets to be in the driver's seat, running some offense. Oh, okay, standing short, buffers for the counter poke from Marv, and we're continuing the offense.
He gets a lot more this season. He's definitely buff. V-skill. Activation. EX. It's my turn. You play with them things, I'm like, me too. Throws up the fireball. Air to air, puts him down to the ground. The tech. Marviso knows the typical Just a Kid pressure. And again, Tatsu over the fireball. When it works out, gets us back to mid-screen and back to the realm that he wants to play at.
Yo, you know Marv just wants to play a fireball game. It's why I talked about loving watching Marv's Shoto play. His neutral, so good. The fireball game, so good. You know, we see it from all of them too. I mean, Diego V, I don't think was in the bracket tonight, but another one of the LI crew that we see playing the Shoto players, and you look, it's just like, damn, y'all are practiced with this mid-range game.
Just to get kind of caught up in the corner. I like how he backs off too. He doesn't want like a back throw situation. Just wants to see what Marviso is wanting to do, and this is smart play. I hate to say it, but Just a Kid knows when to back off and disallow some of that pressure because, you know, you want to go in when you have that ability. When you feel the heat on their side, you know, you control the neutral. Marviso, though, with a side switch. Wake up buttons from Just a Kid, what's for breakfast?
Yo, I feel like Marv needs to identify that Just a Kid is hitting buttons through a lot of these strings. We saw the wake up short a little bit earlier. There's the counter poke jab. Through that sequence for the tick throw situation, that ended up ending the offensive string and costing him ultimately this first game. I feel like you're going to need to kind of tighten up that offense a little bit if you want to make this stuff work a little bit more.
Just a little bit. And that's the difficulty because you see how hit and run and how, you know, almost pestering Just a Kid can be, right? He's in and out, you know, fall like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And I feel like that's the issue with when you're fighting a character like Jury. She's just pecking away. And she's not about the damage. She's got to stock up to get things going, extensions and stuff like that, especially with Trigger. But the hit and run stocks up, and then you get to kind of lock on the neutral and play your way. Marviso has to work around that.
Yeah. The other thing, oh my god, the counter jab blowing up the dash forward as well. So Marv is, I mean, it's difficult for Marv to even get into range 0 to run his offense, is like really proving to be the difficulty. Trying to go in, getting counterpoked a whole lot. The other thing I want to point out, when Just the Kid wants to do stuff, we keep seeing getting clipped, I assume trying to anti-air or DP, and it's just not working. We haven't seen a single anti-air out of Marv.
And look at him backing away from the activation. Knows what he wants. Ryu players only want one thing. It's disgusting. That's an activation. Denies it with the jump in. That's another win for Just a Kid. Another round for Just a Kid. No anti-air there though. Holds the throw.
Right, meaty low forward. And again, another pretty wide sequence, and the DP through. These frame gaps are too wide. Just a Kid has no reason to respect what Marv is bringing to the table right now. Now tighten it up. There's the stand strong frame traps, but you were not ready for the second low.
I love that wake up Tatsu situation right there. It's gonna get a little risky because I mean, at some point, man's like Just a Kid gonna start blocking and you'll start locking you down. But you gotta be careful about that. But I like that he's presenting options against the fireball. EX connects. DP right after though. Just a Kid with the hot pursuit.
Wow, tried to counterpoke, is not respecting these limbs from Just a Kid. It's almost as though Marv is just not comfortable in the space, right? I feel like there's just this kind of generally not expecting the ranges where you need to respect Jury's pokes.
Yeah, I don't know if Marv knows this character. Look at that whip punish. To be honest, how many people get to play Jury on a regular basis? You know what I'm saying? The Jury players, the ones that actually play the character, not the foot fetishes that love just, you know, looking at toes and stuff like that. Not them weirdos. The ones that actually like playing the characters, not the ones that voted for the costumes. The ones that actually play the character at a high level are very rare. So you have to think about it like this. Who actually plays this character at a high level that you can get some knowledge on? You know what I'm saying? Marvisto gotta do something soon. You gotta look at some notes because this is game point. Just a Kid.
Yeah, this is tough, and it's looking like there is the possibility of both of our winners' side matches here in top 8 being 3-0 sweeps right now. Marv needs to change some of the energy in the room tonight here at the Casa if you're going to make that not happen. There's the offense. Finds your way into range 0, but once again, not respecting the tools that Jury has at her disposal.
We do have a good Ryu player. You know, shout out to JLB. GLB, I'm sorry, my bad. The homie coming through, like, he definitely plays some good Ryu, so Just a Kid definitely has some practice against this character. Again, on the reverse, not so sure. Activation probably finds its mark. We didn't see that before. Let's see if he can make something more. I think he thought the fireball game would be really strong against this character, but this kid's been smoothing and maneuvering all around it. And just like that, the B skill.
And we keep seeing wake up fireball. There is a small part of me that wonders if Marv's controller is working. The amount of fireballs I'm seeing in situations where I honestly, I'm like, no, you know what? How many times, look back over this set, how many times are we seeing the startup of fireball in a situation where DP would have been the right call? This is a whole lot of them.
Making mistakes, you need to change the controller. You need to say, hold up now. I know, you know, who was it? Moons is at his house, bro. You better switch to the damn controller. You probably picked up the wrong one. Like you got the May Flash.
Nah, you know what? You said the magic word. Moons is at his house. It's fine. The party starts when this match ends.
Oh, I get you.
Looking to sweep it, full CA on deck. Marv's gonna be fishing for the V-trigger activation.
The toes, cause he into those. Just a Kid. You know he loves those toes. He's into those. He gonna go low. He said, let me take a look at your kicks. I'm into it.
Yo, Marv went fishing, knew there were sharks in the bracket, pulled up Just a Kid. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Marv dropping down to the loser side of top 8, gets to play the winner of Flux Waves and OG Yawn. It looks like Art took it over Glitter. We are doing the first round of loser side top 8 off stream. So sorry to Flux, OG Yawn, and Art versus Glitter. Anyone that wanted to see those matches, unfortunately, you do not get to. You just get to see the results. Art moves on to play Cozy Phil, and Marvisto waits for the winner of Flux and OG Yawn. So I don't know if we're gonna drop down at. Yes, we are. Cozy Phil versus Art is next.
Okay, people. Can we tell us, Brad? We gotta tell the people right now. All right. So Art came into my stream. Art came into my stream like 2 days ago. Okay, and he said Sim is top 10. Here's the issue. Here's the issue, people, okay? We've given him too much power. We have to fight back against the Simquisition. Do you remember when Art said, the characters, we're going to have a funeral? And guess who won? Rebel Kumite, a Sim player. So I need you guys to do something. I need you to see the Matcherino. Run that in the chat just like that. !! Matcherino. Run that in the chat just like that. You don't catch a code, so you don't catch a case. You know what I'm saying? Run that. We need to fight back against the Simquisition. Every donation will go towards the anti-Simquisition. Do you understand me? If you want to fight back against these downplaying Sim players that got buffed, all right? If you want to revert the buffs, understand me? Run that code, run some love to the players, and show Capcom and through the Matcherino, through your contributions, that we want to fight back against the Sims. But for right now, it's Cozy Phil that's up on the deck on the sticks to fight the Sim. I see him in the chat looking wiggity wash, bro. You better stay dirty, greasy, and grimy.
So here's the difficulty, right? Here's the difficulty. Who's Art's backup character? It's Falk.
You're right.
Art knows this character inside and out. So Cozy Phil is not going to be getting away with any of those knowledge check kind of things. Like if there's someone that's going to know what you should be doing in a matchup, it's your two mains, right? Like everybody sat there. You've all had the conversation, right? Where you sit down, you beat somebody in casuals or in a set at the tournament, like, yo, your character's so cheap. And immediately you have the laundry list of stuff in your head. You're like, nah, you just got to do this here. You got to do that there. You can't let me get in. I was there for Laura back in season 2.5. Where I was like, she's so cheap. It's like, yeah, well, if I'm beating you in neutral, that's your mistake. You're playing a character that should be winning that.
No way, Brad. You were one of those? Nah, you were one of those? Oh my God, Brad. Not can we get some hate on Brad for that one? Hate on Brad for downplaying Laura when she was damn near at her best, especially in season 2? No, bro.
Look, all I'm gonna tell you is the primary person I'm thinking of with this conversation was getting smoked playing Akuma. And it's like, look, man, you should win the ground game. And you have a DP and a 3-frame. You have all the primary things you need.
Nah, that's not enough. Nah, that's not enough.
Well, I mean, he could be a better player than me.
Listen, Brad, you downplayed Laura of all. Oh my God, I'm so stressed right now. You know, made me feel unusual. Downplaying Laura. Okay, but I guess I did downplay Bison for years, so maybe I am amongst friends in this one. You know what I'm saying? Definitely was like, bro, just V reversal. They're like, well, what am I supposed to do for trigger? I'm like, well, you don't need trigger to beat Bison. You can just beat him in the neutral. Just V reversal. You're back to neutral. Like I was one of those. I'm sorry. So
I get it. We've all been there. We've all been there.
Yo, Shadow Ace, and here's the Brad.
Here's the thing, though. I'm also not a good player, so like anybody that was complaining about the character to me is like, look, the problem is not the character. The problem is you're bad. If I'm beating you, I'm sorry to tell you. That's the evidence. That is the diagnostic test. You can bill your insurance for that.
You know how you run a diagnostic on your computer and it like at the end after like the percentages go up, it just says it'll just for like that, it's like you're bad. Like that's what you get. Virus is found. Welcome. You're bad. Like that's all you get. But listen, this matchup, even in general for, Art knowing the matchup because he mains the character too, it's not a good one for Falk. He can flow over them shots. He could teleport right behind from the back door and it won't be dominoes. It'll be those long limbs. Mr. Fantastic got them made out of plastic. That is Sim. And this top 10 character, you got someone like Art feeling and finally admitting that the character's top 10. Cozy Phil, I ain't trying to prophesize your demise, my brother, but good luck.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, right? I never say that it's impossible. I will say the tone and timbre of the evening, if you listen really closely to the music of the night, it sounds an awful lot like sweeps and 3-0s.
The players gonna look back at this and be like, I cannot believe this commentator said, but you better prove us wrong. You better prove us wrong. We're just saying, statistically speaking,
I want some different textures in my music.
Okay, you want something different. You want to hear you want to hear a different rhythm. They're putting on. You want to grab the aux. I get you. Grab the aux. Listen to something different. Let's see if Cozy Phil can do it. I'm sure they play each other a lot, but again, Art knowing the matchup and his character just being better on paper determines so much.
Right. And look at that. I mean, Cozy Phil, it looks like Cozy Phil isn't even trying to play that backed off game that we might traditionally see. Instead, you're going way in, which makes sense, right? You got to. The float circumvents your primary keep away kit.
Mm-hmm. You kind of have to go aggressive. He's better about that this season. And that's a bad DP right there. No sympathy or empathy for that bad DP. You see the crush, anti-air with the light, stuck in the corner, but this don't matter for Sim. He can get out real easy like.
Oh, look at the health bars. there is a risk of we get the frame traps instead working out. I was prepared for the SWAT team to move in, but we saved that for the clutch moments.
Waiting for it. A little bit of a sniper, the crush, and they'll pick up with the medium, float around. Look at him, and he's making it so difficult for Cozy to do anything. As soon as he goes to the skies, no surprise, my man got the anti-airs, and that fireball game on lock too.
Right, and like all of this is going to dissuade, I mean, perhaps not. V-trigger activation does not connect, and wake up buttons from Art, ready with the anti-air on the flip. Art is able to wait out virtually all of this V-trigger. We get maybe one more out of Cozy Phil. Oh, there it goes, and it's gone, just like that. Art in the driver's seat, V-trigger on deck, VT1, so it's gonna be the carpet. Is he gonna bother to fish for it? You can even, I mean, for the right situation you can, but I mean, between V-reversal, V-shift, you can just keep this in your favor.
Right, you got a lot of options. Yo, comes down from the skies. Yeah, there you go. Get him, mink him up. Mink his ass up. Come on, Cozy Phil. Prove us wrong, baby. Prove us wrong. There's a throw. Hold that one, Art, says Cozy Phil. And it all started from the dive kick. The drop down from the top shelf.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, in that last round, Art has been doing so much to dissuade Cozy Phil from anti-airing, right? Like faking teleports, floating just out of range for the punish, exactly like that, right? Floating at the very tip to blow up the anti-airs. But, I mean, Cozy Phil has those jump-in options to dissuade anti-air choices as well. So they both have those options to push stuff onto that mental stack.
Yeah, is the activation though, can't be reversal. Remember that anymore. The new change, no anti-air there. Cozy Phil with a little bit of a cook, not too bad, just a slight sear. Has to stay away, but this is the problem. The EX Fireball sets up a mix and just sets you up in a lockdown situation. Again, Art with those floats, and you see there's not much Phil can do to check him in the skies.
Yeah, but so here's difficult, right? Cozy Phil wants to push this closer to the corner to really open up the offense, but oh my god, what a whiff punish. But unfortunately, you are so far away, the activation whiffs, and Art is not afraid at all. Burns the whole V-trigger on this, and the dive kick corners yourself.
Look at him, he knows it's over. He knows it's, come on, Cozy Phil, get him. Make him up, but the shooter's on the roof with the scope. Let me see the scope of the chat for that. Let me see the scope of the chat for that. There you go. Yo, that's the first one, and I hate looking at matches like this in a way. I'm gonna be honest with you, Brad, because you see the life lead and you see how dominant one player is. It's very hard for the other player to have that like comeback. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it's looking long, it's looking peak.
Yeah, I will say, I don't think it was unwinnable, right? Like, that second round, you had the meter on deck to make it, I'm gonna conservatively say a two-touch game as Cozy Phil. You just had to get in, get the right knockdown, and then mix after, cash out properly. It's absolutely doable, but doable does not mean easy.
Not against someone like Art, not against someone that knows his character, knows the matchup too. Has been, you know, labbing this character out, knows the insides and outsides. And you see the adjustments from Art too. He's been sliding through, dealing with the dive kicks and staying away. And now even more so, making an easier game in terms of staying away from damage points and allowing his openings. Activation.
Okay. And now Cozy Phil gonna be trying to fish for the V-trigger activation, but with this much life, any hit kills you. So look at this, afraid to go in. Oh my god, great presence of mind to jump over the pokes from Art as Art tries to move into the space. Oh, the V-skill flip works. That throw is not gonna stun. We have one more mix, catches it on the meaty. This round is Cozy Phil's, meterless.
Damn, and all it was a V-trigger. I thought you knew Art, thought you played this character, bro. I thought you played this character, but just because you play the character, sometimes the way you play gonna be different than how somebody else is playing. You don't expect that sequence, or maybe you just let go of the control for a second. You think you ain't gonna spin it, but there's the win right there for Cozy Phil. Anti-air. Now Art turning up the heat.
The jump in, ooh, it works. Art is misplacing some of these anti-airs now. It's a combination of that to some capacity, but also it seems like the longer the set goes, the more comfortable Cozy Phil gets with making the read on how Art is sticking out pokes in the neutral.
You see him kind of juking. I'm assuming that might not be a CFN thing. He's doing the jabs to kind of elicit a response from Cozy. I'm just gonna say it on the nicer side of things. Maybe it is, maybe not. I don't see Cozy do it back at him, but those jabs to kind of bait some sort of movement too. The floats full screen. Look at him. Art feeling fine.
Ooh, look at this, even making the fireball game work. The dive kick works in, just like that, you're in. Tech the throw from Art. The way that Cozy is using the fireballs right now as an additional layer of the movement.
Anti-air? That's almost a mix-up. Luckily didn't fall in fireball. Phil can't get hit at all. Just a jab will do ya. Just a dab will do ya. And you know that Art will take this round if he just finds that one hit, and that'll do it. Man, that's the pain point right there of fighting Sin. When he's playing at his maximum, you don't get to play. You don't get to play at all. You don't get to poker through nothing.
That was a really hungry jump from Cozy Phil. Oh, I was about to say how much I loved the fireballs off the jump back throw. Falling on the EX fireball, though, makes the trade a little moot, which is really unfortunate.
Again, back to this screen space where it almost feels like Falk needs to be mid-screen, but even then it doesn't feel like it's like comfortable there either. It feels like everywhere she wants to be at is almost not so comfortable, unless it's like in front of the face, and even then she's kind of a mid-range fighter. That's where she makes her money. Full range, she doesn't get too much off these shots, and we've seen the flow. Mid-range is better, but the long, lanky limbs just gets the hits right there. Mix goes low.
Are we going to see a teleport mix? No, we're not. We're just going to see the fireballs again. And Art has made the decision, right? Found the spot on the screen, understands Cozy Phil is afraid to move forward, is catching Art for misplacing buttons. So Art has decided, I just won't hit any. I have the life lead. You have to walk in anyway. I am switching to reactionary Art.
Reactionary Art? Oh my God. If you reactionary Art, you're no longer the boomer that people were making fun of on Twitter right now, that you're arguing with you're no longer the boomer that people see. You are the Zoomer, Art. You are finally a Zoomer. Go ahead, get your Capri Sun. Go on, get your bid, brother, because I see you out here reacting.
Yo, man's activated the install, popped it. You are now facing down young Art. This is young Art. What are you gonna do? 2 games up.
Oh my God, I don't know. Cozy Phil, I feel like if the lead comes through on Art's side, it's looking long. It's looking peak for Bruv out here, because I don't see another Phil in the distance. I think the other Phils have went out for Smoke, Milk, and Brad, and they ain't coming back. You gotta do the solo.
All right. Oh, that's a shame. Does not quick rise, so no possibility to cash out anything in a scramble there. Throw tech whiff. Okay, backing off. And this is the life lead that Art needs. Art's gonna play this until his turn is over, and then just back off and be reactionary Art. And now Cozy Phil's in the corner, so Art can stand at a spot where he can use the pokes instead. He doesn't need to be purely reactionary. It's like, well, you can't walk back out of range, and if you walk forward, you're gonna eat this damage. So what are you gonna do?
Nah, this dude, Art definitely got him on lock right here. And this is the kind of pestering that he's like non-committal, but also a little bit of styling. We Art had already seen the dash up and then teleport right outside the distance. To me, this is looking like it might be a wrap already. I hate to call match so early, but the fact that Furby feels in his comfort zone, I don't know if it's because he's been sponsored, or maybe because he got riled up because of the arguments, or I don't know what pills my man took to stay, solid, if you know what I'm talking about. But there's the anti-air for the win. There's one more round that Art needs to take Cozy Phil down.
All right. I mean, I think what Phil needs to undo the adjustment that was made. Like this jump back fireball game to dissuade pokes and anti-airs at these ranges is now working to his detriment, because Cozy Phil is surrendering space in hopes that the tools will cash out for him. Right. You need to maximize this, but Art just holding back. What fear does Art have to not hold back? There is not one. You had to jump back, and look what I said, had to cede the space in order to try to earn getting back in, and it did not cash out.
And look at him, he's mad chilling right here. Throws up the V trigger. Yo, the extension, I see you. Scuff up the shoes and goes for the shots to the skies. No surprise, it's gonna be a lot of damage. With the red on the deck, I don't think it's a kill, but it will put him in a prime position. Yes, sir. That's the job, double tap. Sweep. V trigger does it again.
Yo, could it be?
Do it to him. Do it to him. There you go.
It was.
Every area code. He's got those. In different area codes, he's got those.
That was tough. That's a tough pull for Cozy Phil. There were the beginnings of the adjustments there, but Art, his youth finding him, the young Art making the young man adjustments, trusting his own reactions, finding the pocket on the screen, the combination of the position on the screen, the utilization of the limbs, and knowing that it doesn't matter how patient Cozy Phil wants to be, you still gotta go in, which means you're dealing with my limbs at some point. Unfortunately, Cozy Phil was not able to do so out at 5th, and Art moves on to the losers semis, where he gets to play the winner of Marvisto and Flux Waves.
Cozy, I give shout outs to you, brother. You tried it, but you know, Art just be denying it. And he's been a demon. Art been a demon recently. I really, you know, every time I watch these brackets, I kind of hope that someone takes the man's down a few times. You know, it's one of those things where I love your Art, but I don't know, man. The way that you kind of said that Sim wasn't top 10, and then now you say Sim is top 10 after you got them buffs, making me feel unusual. But anyway, we're gonna see more of Art later on. Flux versus Marviso coming up to the deck. What do you expect from this match?
Honest to God, no idea. This is one of those old school Casa matchups, which is wild that we've been doing this for over a year and I can say old school and like understand what I mean. Point being, Flux Waves has a couple of characters under their belt. They've got the Manat, they've got the Mika, they've got the Flux, all seen in different capacities. Marv, Ryu, and Honda. Historically, what we've seen when these two play each other in bracket is counterpick mind games. Both of them going in and making the selections specifically to counterpick the other ones, because there is a sort of matrix of favorable matchups amongst the characters that each of them plays. Usually what happens is whoever makes the first correct pick has tended to run away with it. Mika into Ryu is what we are going to get, at least to open it out.
I like this though. I like this from Marviso. I think this is a good option. Perry's going to deal with a lot of the issues that might come through, like the drop kick and stuff. You got a quick answer for that, as well as fireballs that she's got to get predictive in smoothing and grooving around. Plus, his light confirms and sweeps like that too are real good tools against whip buttons. Neutral in favor of Ryu, but that's what's on paper. Let's see what happens in this match.
Ooh, I even like that, using the standing roundhouse that early, specifically in a spot to try to catch the belly flop if it comes too late. That was a clean round from Marv. I swear, I thought I could even hear Marv's button presses. For a second in my ears, I swear to you, I heard the click of arcade stick.
My man's going in with those buttons. You know how you press them so hard, your fingers come out the other side of the damn stick? Like you trying to make, that's the olden days kind of press. You trying to really get going, but it's now Flux Waves with the aggression. Got him caught up in the corner. Don't matter who you are. That's why Marv getting out of the corner, staying away from that win condition that Flux Waves would love to have. Ooh, that would have been sick if you landed there. That would have been tight.
All right. There's the activation going straight into this V-trigger one. Are we going to see the DP? Yes, we are. The offense now gets to begin. Flux Waves content to hold some down back, nay, some back. Give up the whole screen, just wait out the V-trigger.
And this is great for Flux. Still have the fireballs, let that chip build up. Dash in, and now Flux again having to back away, but all it takes is a back throw or a combination like this. Go back to the screen, okay? Activation.
Oh, it's V-trigger too.
The defense though, V-shift in the blocks, staying solid. Marv.
Right, that V-skill 1 still stocked for Flux Wave, so we have a big cash out potentially on the horizon.
He's gonna be able to land it. Slide activation. Yo, save me! Ah, the second mirror, not enough! Ah, gets checked. You know what Flux wanted. You know what he wanted. His hands were sweaty. All he wanted was to touch, lay hands on the man. Gorilla grip. You want that gorilla grip.
Yo, look at that. You know that suit. The outfit that Ryu is wearing right there, you know nothing's sticking to that. You see that gloss? That is a material that is meant to repel Mika's. We are going back to character select. What is Flux Waves going to switch to? I would assume between Poison and Manat, I wonder what the pick is. I feel like the Manat might have, I mean, with Reflect, Manat has an interesting anti-fireball tool, but I feel like the Poison is much more practiced for Flux Waves.
That's true. I wonder how, yeah, I think the Poison might be his pick just in general. This is allowing any matchup stuff, but I think because he has more time in that recently, that might be the pick. Plus, you know, in terms of damage differential, it's definitely Poison's got it. So over Mika. So we'll see. What we pop it into? It is the Poison. You called it.
Yeah, you got to go for the comfort pick. Sometimes, and that's again, matchup notwithstanding. Even if Manat might be a little bit better, I honestly, off the top of my head, I could not tell you which one might be better. I do know that Flux Waves has played Poison much more than I have seen Flux Waves playing Manat as of recently.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot about this character. Even with her nerfs, they're so slight it doesn't matter. She still does a ton of damage, and she can zone with the best of them. She's a zoner, by the way. Punish? No, just gonna go for the light stuff right there. Marviso get the knockdown EX and the dash and crush when kicking the fireball. These fireballs now, these exchanges are in Marviso's favor. But here's the activation, the party starter.
Oh my god, the V-skill forward blowing up the counter poke from Flux Waves. That is an unfortunate attempt at a reaction. The fireball recovers so fast in V-Trigger. We did not see the DP, but we saw the stand short check. Marvisto looking to make this a quick 2-0. I'm sorry, I will dismantle 2 of your characters. I don't even care.
Yeah, bring them on. This Ryu definitely got big buffed out here. I don't know if it was a Fortnite bucks or what, but my man's looking solid. And I like that light kick right there, confirmed. You get that off, if they do the EX crack kick, you got an option for him. Trying to find something too far out, Marviso just harassing with these buttons that are negative, but EV Flux without bar can't do much about it.
Yeah, it ain't the Fortnite bucks, I'll tell you that right now. It's because Ryu is battling for the grid.
I see what you did there. Oh my God, Brad. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right, gets the knockdown here. This is the better way for Flux right here in play. You see my man getting the damage on the deck, and now the differential's in his hands.
I think if there's a big criticism that I want to levy against Marvisto, it's how linear his play gets when V-Trigger is on deck, and how the de facto, there's other activation routes you can go for as Ryu, but he's explicitly fishing with V-Skill 2. And we saw it get blown up in Winterside thoroughly by Just a Kid, by misspacing it. And now, a couple of those situations there, it was like punished on block or misspaced. It's just, I feel like there's other stuff that you can try to bring to the table there, just personally.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It is a pain point, and some of that, it could be called by someone, you play someone like at high level like Flux or Just a Kid, they're definitely be noticing those attributes. So if your comeback factor is very obvious, it's gonna disallow that approach. Like, they're gonna have something for you. I like Flux Waves, anti-airing right there, EX +1. Nothing on the fadeaway. Marviso with the blocks right here. Doesn't have to do too much, has a lead.
Yeah, and this is, you're sitting pretty here, right? Like, you've got the lead, the EX Fireball. This is another one of those things that I think ends up, if your EX Fireball can trade with Poison's Whip favorably, that ends up great for you. It makes you feel much more confident trying to zone in that mid-range and spending that bar. Dodges the Molotov, blocks the second one. You're sitting in the fire, but it's not that big a deal as you start to inch your way out, but there's a lot of meter here on the side of Flux Waves. What's it going to be? Marv just backing off? Is not. We see no anti-air.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't go for the light right there to check back, but Marviso still got that. He's got trigger on the deck, unloading those fireballs, V-reversal from Flux Waves, and one good sequence from Flux could seal the deal. All that bar at the bottom, maybe not able to use that. Damn, his defense is so good. Marv not getting open up. Oh, but there's a fadeaway right to the CA.
You ruined it. You ruined it for him. You said it. 8 seconds left on the clock. I think the big thing there, I feel like Marv got a little bit antsy. Looking at the clock, like, you can try to play that slower game, and if you trust in your neutral, you absolutely can. I feel like Marv recognized that he was back towards the corner and was going to have difficulty continuing to make that work. Like, at a certain point, once you get backed up enough to the corner, Flux Waves is going to be able to inch in and maybe get that one read. So I feel like Marv turned on the juice to try to get a side switch on like a jump over or something. Or as a read to Flux bring in some intensity. Speaking of some intensity, big jumping combo. And now Flux Waves in that same corner I would not shut up about. Get to the match, Brad. Marvisto with the pressure.
Yeah, he's trying to, I like Marviso having better round starts. And this is what you want to have against Poison no matter who you play, right? Or what character you play. You want to have a good round start so she has to feel unusual on her side and make up the differential. And again, without having the big damage that she used to have, she still has it, but it's not as bad. She's got to really make the party, really get started, but these counter hits are equaling out as Flux is one good, I feel like 2 good hits actually, away. With the EX, there we go. Brad, you done called it so many times, and look at where it leads him to. Getting hit. That activation point is not good.
And there's better routes. Like, I feel like we very traditionally see sweep activate from Ryu. That's usually the activation route.
What, you're playing on CFA and you're not swinging out that crouch heavy kick? What are you doing? Marvisto, you have to embrace the Ryu. Look at him. He's already embraced the Ryu with the double dash up in front of the face and the throw to put him in his place. This is what we want to see, more activity from Marvisto.
Yo, loaded up Mario Kart, loaded up, got the blue shell, threw it right at Flux Waves. Gets the crush counter to make your way out of the corner. There's the activation. Still big damage, even with crush counter scaling difference. That's a nice approximately 1/3. The Molotov blowing up the counter poke attempt from Marv. Now you got to deal with this pressure, and there it is. Look at that. Flux Waves in the immaculate spot to blow that up. You have to burn the V reversal.
Why did he do it? He did V skill activate. You don't even have V trigger. What are you doing, Marvisto? My man just doing it regardless, but look at where it leads him. Finally, finding the activation point with the counter. He did it, 3 times? The first time he got hit, finally the 3rd time landed it. If he wins this, he can feel solid about that play, but if you lose this, you're gonna have to change up your gameplay because it'll be game point for Flux. EXDP!
I knew it. And at that moment, yo, my Power Rangers power coin blinked. Zordon sent out the message, hit him with the DP, and Ryu was like, I must battle for the grid, and hit him with the EXDP. Everybody knew it except for Flux Waves. Oh, bro, that time though.
Nah,
hit him
bro,
with the
you can only get
stock
one of
footage.
those. You only get one of those. There's a stun, and Flux, 1 sequence to get it done after this. My man definitely beat. Nah, see, you have to be super solid with it. You do it too many times. We all know what's gonna happen. Flux done seen this already. He fights Ryu's on the regular. He fights Ryu's like on the regular. He goes to the CFN, just as we all do. The triple dash in the neutral, EXDP on wake up. Don't matter if it's slathered in line of the EX or not. He done fought that. He knows. And if you're at a top level, you know how to bait that out. Are we seeing a sweep? Because I feel like I could have sworn Marviso had won one of those, right? He won one of those.
He did, yeah. So we've added a little bit of brass to our symphony of strings for the 3-0s so far. As we sweep the bows across the string, we got a little bit of brass here.
I mean, with the forward heavy punch getting interrupted, I feel like if he doesn't know what to do in that mid range. Like, it's such a weird area to be. Full screen, throw the fireballs out. Some of these trades are kind of beneficial when you have higher amount of health. The Tatsu might be an answer. I like that. We haven't seen it even get punished too that much. And there it is, Brad, the V skill activation.
All right, but I mean, it worked out, or I should at the very least say goes unpunished, unfortunately. Getting the hit out of the scramble situation there is Flux Waves. Flux Waves still with the life lead. V-trigger activation on deck. There it is gonna be. Now you gotta deal with the DP. You still gotta do it. Oh my God.
Do it to him again.
No.
Yo, Daigo. Yo, Daigo, is that Daigo? Marvisto? No, that's Daigo. That's Daigo. Look at those DPs, baby. Oh, you wake up, go back to sleep. It's bedtime. Marvisto. Let me see more of those. Clip that. Let me see that shit right now. I don't care if he win. He won my heart.
Imagine you win the set off that. Look at this. It may not happen. The back throw, the brave back throw. That was a slightly delayed one too. If I'm not mistaken, I'm actually going to watch on the playback. Was there a micro walk forward? There was. Marvisto walked into Flux Wave's shimmy to get that back throw.
There you go, Marvisto. You know you got to win the set before you can post the shit off like that. You got to win the set, dog. Trade right there. EX +1. This time just takes a counter hit, but Flux not committing to anything. D-reversal. Yo, Marvisto, you got to win the set, brother. You got to win the set. You done doing some goofy stuff like that. You got to win the set. Don't become another Twitter topic, please.
So if Marv can wait out, the V skill to like, there's a couple of spots where it's working out because it's checking Flux for trying to check the forward dashes. And now Marv has waited out a lot of that gray life, so this all has kind of worked out in Marv's favor. You just need to find the one fireball. That was a good space for it. Finds the low short and closes out the round. Marv making it work, has to surrender the whole screen, but finds the V skill in the perfect pocket moment to make it happen because Flux Waves had the audacity to hit crouching light punch. 2-2.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up about that V skill usage because I'm gonna tell you right now, my man's working with it. I was sitting here saying the V skill, you know what? Forget it. Marviso, do you, brother. Do you. That's gotten you to 2. Do you, brother. That's game point for both. Marviso, Flux, go the distance. Yo, chat, let me know who you like. Marviso kind of my favorite right now. He playing wet and wild out here, not mild.
Welcome.
Gonna have to see, okay, the fireball's working out. Marv with the life lead, and there's the V skill again. And my issue with it is not with its utilization in neutral. I think Marv is finding some interesting spots to use it. It's how linear the play becomes as a result of it once V trigger is on deck. So Marv now, the V shift there, just to back off. Marv is using this round and the resources to keep the momentum in his own favor. Are we gonna see a V reversal or a V shift here to go back to the neutral?
Look at how calm he is now that he's got the lead. That was too obvious with the V skill. He's starting to throw that in his template of moves, but it's now getting called out by Flux Wave with a big punish right here. Check the red. He's about to put him to bed. He just needs that one good sequence from Flux. Same with Arviso. He's got Bart the bottom and the B skill usage activation.
Are you dead?
Follow up, donkey. Yes, of course he's dead with that DP. Marvisto.
Yo, that... did I get like set played as a commentator? Or was Marv like, all right, I'm gonna use it, and then Flux Waves is gonna get so worried about me dashing into range that I'm gonna start doing it from from outside of range and blowing up the counter pokes. That's what we just witnessed to get Marvisto on set point.
This is where he's at right here, Marvisto. I like that empty jump right outside the distance to make him second guess. Even if you don't land anything, you second guess the anti-air. Got him caught up in the corner, medium right here. Anti-air works, V skill, of course we're gonna see that. The character being able to catch out of the corner, toss the fireball, V skill raw, as we've seen before, but this time Flux has to take that.
Right, the V trigger is active here for Marv. At the very least, you're gonna be able to cash out some chip damage, because we've not really drawn attention to it, but when Marv has popped this V trigger, he's accumulated a lot of chip and gray life over the course of the set. However, Flux Waves was able to thoroughly shut down that V trigger. I think Marv got to throw like one fireball.
Man, that was negative. Yo, Flux with the drops, dog. You gonna let Marv come back on you like that? Bro, if you let Marv, I was about to say, Flux still in play. Final game, final round. Marv, Flux, going the damn distance.
What's it gonna be? You got the one bar as Marv. Do you back off? All right, watch for the EX fireball. Throws the first fireball, trying to bait it. No, instead elects to go for the Tatsu in. Patient, finds the anti-air, does Flux Waves.
EX fireball knockdown. Throwing out the plasma, big jump in right here on the neutral jump. I like it. He's calling out Marv's approach.
But look at the V trigger.
He denied it again. Yo, it's almost done. That linear approach.
Okay, finds the low forward. This is the start. Catches the V shift back, but Flux Waves finds the space after Marv does not capitalize on the counter hit, unfortunately, and is out at 5th as well. Flux Waves making it happen. Kind of bounced around in their hands a little bit there. Marvisto had some really sick play and the craziest balls to the wall YOLO DP reads on someone else's wake up I have seen in a long damn time. But Flux Waves managing to make it happen. No stranger to these top 8s here at the Casa. No stranger to the top 4s even, which Flux Waves now finds themselves in as they wait to play Art in the losers semis.
Damn, I was kind of rooting for Marv there. I ain't gonna lie. Marv kind of stole my heart with them DPs. I'm proud. That's one of those clips that you put on Twitter and you don't tell people the result. But the result, as you just said, Flux moving on the bracket. And that's what matters most right now, because there's money at play, people. Exclamation mark, Maturino, run that in the chat just like that. You're gonna have a way to support these players, giving you this great action. Don't let Flux's, his stress that he got from Marv trying to put him to rest. Don't let that go for free. My man definitely got some gray hairs from that match. If we had player cams, you would definitely see just a patch of that salt in the pepper, of the hair of my man Flux after that. So give him some love, as we're gonna give you some love in terms of Street Fighter V action. Just a Kid versus Nightmare Effect. This is winners finals, right? This is winners final, right?
This is winners finals.
We smoothing through.
Yo, we are doing what we can. Casa Street Fighter V. If you don't know us, you should know us. Make sure you give Dom a follow here on Twitch, and make sure you follow Casa on Twitter. We are happy to still be bringing you this stuff. Yo, I made the sideways remark about feeling like I could hear Marv's buttons. Yo, we had an offline tournament this week up here at Mass.
Ooh.
And I was doing commentary in the little room, and I could actually hear people slamming their buttons on the stream setup on the other side of the wall.
That must be beautiful, just to hear that noise. You know what I usually do? I'll pop up open 3 or 4 streams and just listen to people talk. And that's my ambiance. But it's not enough. It's not enough. But right now, what you got right here is some great Street Fighter V play. We still gonna give you some love out here on the online scene. Shouts to Casa, shouts to Jessica with that punish right there, going for the DP and the distance.
And going for the Rashid too. On the other match in the winner's side, top 8, we saw Just a Kid sticking with the Ryu. Sorry, not the Ryu, the Jury into Marvisto's Ryu, I should say. Nightmare Effect continuing with the Boxer.
This matchup, I feel like it's still bad, obviously, for Boxer. Maybe not as bad as it used to be in, previous days. A few nerfs here and there to Rashid, and a few buffs to Rog, but it's still difficult, especially when you're caught in the corner like this. You got no reversal, no way out. He's got the healthy and the damage on the deck, and that V trigger too. You might not even need it, to be honest.
All right, backing way off. Ooh, okay. Finds a little bit of space in the whiffed fireball, and now the offense starting. 35 seconds left on the clock. You got to deal with this mix in the corner. Nightmare Effect still has the V-Trigger on deck. That is the last of the V-Trigger from Just a Kid. You got one more guess to make this happen. This is a one-touch round for both players.
Damn, he swung up the crouch fierce, and that, if he was a second late, he would have been smoked. He would have been smoked.
The disrespect hit the man on his hands, out the EX dash straight out the gate. Nightmare Effect trying to start a little bit aggressive in this round, slowly inching us back from mid-screen. Right, there's the EX dash straight. We're not seeing a whole lot of whiff punishment so far.
Yeah, we've just seen normal punishments, right, on minus frames in terms of from Just a Kid. I want to see on the reverse, though, Nightmare Effect, like letting these crouching fierce swing. There's a good buffer right there. Goes in for the 3-piece. And I want him to stand outside the crouch fierce range and the standing heavy punch range, and not like it Just a Kid get started with those buttons. Sweep activation, though.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Clip by the fireball. Now you're stuck in the corner. You got to deal with the mix. CA on deck for Just a Kid. Are we going to see the activation at some point? Okay, no, V-Trigger gone. But this is, I think, the right hit. There's a one-touch game. Ooh, speaking of hit, counter hit. The Nightmare Effect has V-Trigger.
The combo into the... Yo, blow up the liver. When you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be peeing blood because man got you gripped up. And that's the danger of this character. That V-skill into the command grab that he's got, that the buff that he got to be able to combo into that makes it just a done deal when it lands.
Right, using that V skill to get a little bit of extra damage off that dash straight, and now this is the best opening of a round Nightmare Effect has had so far. Sitting on a life lead, Just a Kid back at the corner, and you can try to kind of be the oppressor here. Just the difficulty is Rashid's button's so good, move speed pretty good. He's such a pest. Staying in this range 0 though.
Yeah, he knows when he needs to swing, and like how he backs off, changing up the rhythm of how he's playing. Dash up, throw. He's setting the tone. Tried to anti-air, no go. Skip got him caught in the corner, but has to make his money here. Can't do much if it's a one-touch situation. Activation, interrupt, not a counter hit though. The chase down, the hot pursuit. Just a Kid.
I mean, if you're Nightmare Effect, I think you V-reversal at some point? No! The slight walk under on the jump out finds the back throw to close out this first game. Ooh. That was tight. That was delicate. That almost swung entirely out of your favor. Just a Kid just needed one touch. The right touch with the confirmation, but one touch nonetheless.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those rounds that could have gone down a different way, but, Nightmare Effect came to play. Now with the aggression, round start came with the target combo. I like him kind of turning things up too, especially when Just a Kid doesn't have bar. He doesn't have to threaten with the EXDP bust out and getting the lead and then pushing Just a Kid to the corner. It's funny because Rashid is still strong there because he's got the, off the backboard. That's not really a nerf. Don't let Capcom fool you. But, applying that pressure and putting the damage on the deck, it's like, how's it feel now? How's it feel now?
Yo, I think Nightmare Effect is feeling a little bit more comfortable. We saw the V-skill punish through the fireball and some actual whiff punishment, both in quick sequence from Nightmare Effect. I think acclimating a little bit to what the energy that Just a Kid is bringing to the table. V-Trigger about to run out for Just a Kid. There it goes on the fireball. Ticks the throw.
Look for a crush. Nobody home. So that gray life. EX. And now full corner push. This is where things get dicey, dog. EX, no, you a little bit too late. But Nightmare comes through with the EX, goes low. Rush punch, too far to get the punish, the chase down, the break, in the crouch, standing medium kick. I almost said crouching, but the standing medium kick is a great stop sign. It's a great closer button, and only closers get coffee. I'm telling you right now, you go to the dealership right now, the only people making deals right now are the closers. The only people who are selling things are the closers. You need that closeout button. The crouching light, standing light kick, saying medium kick, I should say, from Rashid, are all great buttons to end things.
Tight block strings there from Nightmare Effect, but Just a Kid. All right, you can make this life deficit back pretty easily here. What is that, 3 throws now? Nightmare Effect comfortable. Yeah, comfortable with some down back.
Down back for the down back, but he might need to do something different with that. Pulls a throw. He's taking a lot of damage here. Try to JB him. Not here, dog. Not today. Overhead and play. Blessing the dome, and it ain't even Sunday.
I feel like it's been overhead the last 2 or 3 times, and it keeps working. Eventually, Just a Kid's gonna, needs to really be watching for that. It's been the de facto option so far, I think, when Nightmare Effect has needed that reset in V-Trigger. Oof.
but
still closing out the round.
Yeah. I feel like that was definitely Nightmare Effect's round to win, to be honest. It was like a few confirms away. He has a super on the deck, but the tenseness of just like you let that momentum go from you just for a second and how fast just kid plays, you just give him the ability to kind of zoom on back. And now we are 1-1. Who's going to get it done? I think in this match right here, it's going to tell a lot about who is going to take this, who has the momentum. Round start with it, but the wake up buzz with Just a Kid, they slinging out here.
I mean, like, you got to dissuade them, right? And Nightmare Effect is making some. Okay, that was a whiff jab in there too. Nightmare Effect is trying to find these spots, but look at that counter hit, already ready to dissuade this again. You need to go back to holding the down back so I can go back to throwing you in the corner and slowly bringing the stun bar back up. Oh, wow.
I mean, did raw upper, bro? You didn't even cook it with the EX? No, where that sauce at, bro? Where that sauce at? Look a little dry. Just get got caught up in the corner, and look at this lockdown that Just to Get us put on, and taking so much help of this dude's, from him, I should say. Caught up in the corner, V-skill activation. Yo, if Nightmare Effect, if you make this comeback, you're gonna be a goddamn god.
I mean, this is tough though, okay? The patience and the walk back knows that something like that has to be coming, a throw, ready to walk back out the shimmy, walk back, low short. People, like the development over the lifespan of 5 and how people have played around the throw game like that is so interesting, because people, when they're really reading it, you see them making some aggressive decisions out of it. Like, nah, I'm gonna throw your shimmy on its head.
Yeah, and you see that, just as you say that, the aggressive wake up mash right there, but still, Just a Kid has that corner position, like the neutral jump, and the move right after. Commando gets the back throw, interruption, EX, B skill. You know what's about to happen. Nap time, baby. Tuck him in for the win. Nightmare Effect, Just a Kid, even out in rounds and games. Who's going to take it to the final one?
All right. Oh no, a little bit too close with that dash straight. But you still got the life lead. It's all right. Finds the anti-air. Oh, stays same side. Big damage, big corner carry. V-shift back. Oh, nice neutral jump on the dash straight.
Sorry, I have to with those a lot more in his repertoire. Yo, Bulls with the V-reversal? Nah, see, that's not a nerf. Come on, Capcom. Then you know that shit ain't a nerf. Come on. And you know Just a Kid will definitely take advantage of the most broken and busted stuff from his character, as one should. I can't fault him for that. Erosion heavy kick, EX. The follow-up, this should do it with the mixer. Just a Kid on game point.
Yo, what did I say? Watch for the overhead. That has been the choice from Nightmare Effect. Just a Kid had the stream open on the side, put that nugget away for a rainy day. Nah, Just a Kid's nice enough to know that, but was ready to blow it up with the counter poke that exposed the sequence to win out the round 2-1.
Damn, bro. I was talking about how momentum is such a big thing, and you're seeing it as soon as it slipped away. Just a Kid said, "No, hold on, let me put this in fourth gear." And I was gearing up for another win, one more game. Yep. So what do you think we went back to the character? What do you think we went back to the character select screen for? Why we go back to the lobby? What's on your mind?
I don't know. I mean, so I'm assuming that Nightmare Effect went back, right? Because he took the L.
Right.
It could be a change in the V system loadout. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, but like Boxer might be one of, if not the best character in terms of having a whole bunch of choices of the loadouts of their V system and all of them being usable in some capacity. Like I feel like I see any combination in the V system from Boxer, I'm not questioning it. And we do see the change over to the V trigger 1 away from the V trigger 2.
You know, I kind of like that option because Just a Kid's been reading the command grabs when they're not laying the target combo in full. He's been backdashing or back walking away. And that's one of the great things about Rashid. You've got that backdash, the back walk, all that great. And now he's going to lock him down with a V trigger 1. That does come later in the round when he's landing these crush counters or these V skill combinations, right? So he's going to have to rely upon that as it comes a little bit later. Here's the activation. Just to get starting off strong though. Back throw.
Yeah. I mean, the flip side of that, right, is it's more guaranteed damage if you need a big cash out. And I feel like there's been a couple of situations where Nightmare Effect has been like one good confirm away. This could actually be that difference maker where when you land that V-trigger activation, suddenly it's like, all right, cool, I have that little bit of extra damage.
Right. It's one of those moments you're like, where did his health go? I'm looking around, I don't see his health. Gets the pickup, V shifts away. That could have been much more if he had something stock locked and ready to go. And no punish on that either. Drops, gotta pick him up. 5-second rule, baby.
All right, V shift back. I think you still have you still have enough here that you'll be able to get a V trigger to close this out if you need to, or you can spend the bar, a bar for a bar, but your fireball has too much startup, my guy, dashing straight through the screen, round on the board for Nightmare Effect.
Like this is my Nightmare Effect. I feel like he also feels a little bit more confident, or more confident in the beginning, early part of the set, because now he's got that V trigger to back him up. He knows that he can make the comeback. He knows where the big damage lies. Yo, what up, offer, just a kid. And that heavy EX side switch, but backgammon again. This is the disrespect we've seen before, right? Where Nightmare Effect was challenging on the wake up, and Just a Kid not doing much about that. No meaties, all vegan out here. Up in the corner, interruption.
You see that? Nightmare Effect has recognized now that Just a Kid is going to the air as the counterplay around dash straights, cycling in anti-airs into these situations. Unfortunately, the throw blows up the V reversal, and now you got to deal with this lockdown in the corner. Throw number 2, you got one more guess. The throw could be it, but that is, you have this meter, you're actually done. Look at that. Think of how many times through this set that we've seen the low forward target combo from Nightmare Effect into V-Trigger activation. That is a meaningful cash out now on the back of V-Trigger 1. That was a huge difference maker here.
And that's one of those that you have to land. You're not going to do that raw. Just activate. You lose your turn at that point. So you definitely have to land that sucker. He's definitely committed to it. That's game to game right there. We're at the final game of Just a Kid. I honestly thought this was going to be Just a Kid's game, but I feel like there are moments if Nightmare can just be just as disrespectful as Just a Kid has been in his play, especially the corner play, he could take this. I really think he could take this.
Right, stuck in the corner, Just a Kid. I mean, you can just sit on this, right? Don't make a big mistake. Don't overextend. Keep this stun high. You know that there's going to be a V reversal from Nightmare Effect eventually, or perhaps you don't need it now that the stun is down already.
Too far out with those dash punches. Got to be super careful. But she got some good 3 frameworks to check that. Just a Kid neutral jump, knew it. And that's such a good option. We've seen my man come through in the neutral and this denying that approach. Just a Kid on set point.
That's tough. I mean, that round from the gate was a bad pull. You don't want to be in the corner against Rashid. You definitely don't want to be in the corner against Rashid with a big life deficit.
And no matter who you are, even if you are wrong, you don't have to rely upon the finding those hits. And Just a Kid's not giving too much to him. He's not opening up too much. And the neutral jump again at max range falls to the fireball. EX addition heavy mixer. One more touch will do it. V shift goes for the break minus. Nah, the V reversal though. Bro, if Just a Kid would have committed to some buttons right there, that might have been it right there. That might have been at least close to stun.
This is tough though, right? Like, Nightmare Effect almost certainly is not actually getting V-Trigger in this round. You have to make this comeback honestly in order to close this out and not take it. Gets the dash in throw to close it out. Dash into V-Skill. You've got Just a Kid stuck in the corner. There's the activation.
Yeah, he ain't stuck for long. This is Rashid. Pops that trigger. You might as well just say he gone. Just a Kid. Trying to finish this off. Interruption right there. I like that. Saw the flash. Knew what to do. Swinging for the crush. Looking for some sort of opening or some button being pressed and connects with the EX. On the meaty. No vegan. One more hit to do it. Finesse him. Plus fold him and put him to rest. Put him in the laundry basket, baby. He got folded. Final game, final round.
Yo, if you can stabilize off that energy, turn this back around, don't let Just a Kid come out to the first big lead here. Look at the confidence. Dash in throws. Just a Kid not feeling confident with the counter pokes. Finds the low forward into the mixer, though, to begin swinging this back. There's the crouch fierce, pestering forward, but the confidence in the stand jab from Nightmare Effect.
Yeah, he knows to check those again. Double the time. Twice as nice. V-shift, neutral jump, blows it up. Nightmare Effect will move on to grand finals winner's side with the EX connects, baby. The dash straight into losers. Take your ass straight into losers.
Nightmare Effect on the winner's side off the back of that V-Trigger 1 change. And you know what? It really only came into play for like maybe that one round. A lot of these other rounds were... the V system was more utilized for the V reversal, the V shift, and these slight adjustments to the ground game. Finding that last round was straight up intelligent counter pokes and spacing traps.
I really was really great. Also blowing up a lot of the defense my man tried to, or thought he had on the deck. You know, blowing up that V shift, the neutral jump. I love the fact that he was checking a lot of the EXs and knowing the gaps. And when you're playing Rashid, as much as people don't like fighting the character and see how ridiculous it is, there's a deeper level that you gotta go with the character. You have to understand when to use the normals into EXs, because if you get checked, you're just giving away damage. We're giving you some more action. Street Fighter 5 style Casa edition. Well, this is the week 56. I'm gonna need y'all to use the codes. You either catch the codes or catch a case. What I'm trying to say. Run the codes, run some love, run some support. Go ahead, take your mom's credit card, give it a swipe, all right, and give some money to these great players, because you know Big Daddy are gonna come through if you ain't doing no sponsor quests. He said, come give me some money. My man, he set you up with a Matcherino. Come take the Matcherino. You know what I'm saying? How weird is it, Brad? Tell me this ain't weird. My man setting up the Matcherino for Casa to come take the Matcherino. But listen, he's a competitor too. My man been newly sponsored. You got something to prove.
Yeah, but if you want to get into that prize purse first, you got to get through Flux waves.
Bro, that's
but you know what? That's another one of those.
Oof.
That's another one of those. Like, if we assume that Flux waves plays Poison, which is I think at this point the character that we see from Flux waves the most often, you have to assume that Art gets to play Idom's Poison a whole lot, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm sure Idom doesn't always play the Laura, so there's once again matchup familiarity with one of the best poisons in the world. So what energy do you bring, right? Like, you could alternatively, like, maybe you could bring out the Mika. Once you get in, you've got the gross offense, you've got the mix that he's got to deal with, you've got the different ways that you can move on the ground that might make it more difficult. But like, if you're inside of the range where dropkick could like be, oh, we are seeing the Mika. Okay, I'm not gonna bother finishing to list out the cons. Fluxface has already made the call. It's locked and it's loaded. This is what's happening.
Going with the Mika, trying to get in them pockets. I still feel like, Sim, as long as he can stay full screen, get that win. That B skill 2 pick to kind of rule the neutral. It says, swiggity swoo, I'll rule the neutral 2 when I get that V skill 2 going. As soon as he's got that pop, you have to worry about the mixes that can come through. He doesn't really need to float, because that's just going to get caught by the wingless airplane.
All right, and we're in, and this is all it takes now. You're in. You just need to get a couple of good guesses. The counter hit stands strong right into the EX Peach. You got to deal with, all right, gets through the block string. V reversal spent straight away, but you cannot jump at a, okay. I was going to say, you can't jump at a Dalsim in the corner. He's going to slide underneath, but perhaps that's an autonomic response. Art slides straight back in.
Putting the flames on him. A little bit of a cook, but no big deal. Flux caught up in the corner, and this is where those long-reaching limbs come into play. Flux trying to get something to go, but this is the problem. You're trying to get in, you're trying to get the hands of the man, but too slippery is Mr. Fantastic. B skill stock up. Oh, yo, from behind, and an 8 dominoes, and the EX connects. He's dead. Brad, he is dead. The gray health, no, he's still alive. Oh my God, he's still alive. Oh.
Yo, shoutouts to Brian F for the raid.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming through. Y'all are catching the losers semis. Flux Waves versus Arturo Sanchez. There's the V-skill charge here from Flux Waves. All right, blowing up the charging of the dive kick there is Art. Not drive kick, drop kick. Y'all know what I meant.
We get you. It's a fast-paced match. A lot of things are happening right here. Flux Wave gets checked the neutral, but keeps pushing Art to the corner. But that's the thing. You try to push this long, leggy character to the corner. It don't matter. He doesn't teleport. He has ways out once you're in front of the face. And that V trigger being buffed means it's going to hit. And damn near every single time. Drop kick comes through fine. Dash up. Command grab. Put it back down to the ground.
Right. Flux Waves with the life lead. Full C8, there's the V-trigger, and we've seen Flux Waves has a really interesting utilization of the V-trigger here. It is blowing up Art for some of these teleport and spacing traps going into the CA as Flux Waves going to close this out. And it's good that I stopped listing cons once we saw the Mika pick, because it didn't really matter. Flux Waves made that look clean and calculated. So much time spent just charging up with that V skill, and the second the V trigger comes into play, suddenly there's entire things that Art can't do. And one other thing to point out, you called out Art trying to use that V skill 2. I feel like there was only one point where we really saw the V skill 2 empowered fireball come out, and the second Flux Wave saw it, he actually dashed in like full screen and just didn't deal with the counterplay of it at all. It was like, well, if you're gonna throw it, I'm gonna blow you up for it.
Right. And it's not getting too much. Like, look, it's already off the screen. You're caught up in the corner. Flux wouldn't help too much in this matchup anyway. She got the wingless airplane. You know, that's been enhanced. EX will come through. That's like a free punish right there. So he ain't going to be using it. So this V skill, maybe not the neutral rule. Never mind. I'm an idiot as Art is able to land these hits off the backboard this time. Working fine. One more hit to do it. Just where the shooters at? Where them shooters at? Where them shooters at? Don't even need them. They're on the ground the entire time. Brad, you thought you saw the glint up in the hotel? It was in the bushes the whole time. On the ground.
Out here practicing some Rainbow Six Siege. You never know where it's coming from. Finds the walk under. Ooh, and the stand jab. Oh, tries to chase down. Gets blown up for it.
Nice check right there with the EX. Stocks it with the V skill, using that chance to just stock it with the V skill, rule the neutral, and this is what you said before, Flux dashing with these EXs, dashing with these, just allow the V skill, stock up and puts him to the corner.
Oh my god, this pressure is oppressive from Flux Waves here right now. Okay, there's the V-Trigger 1 activation, but how much is Flux Waves gonna care about this? Oh my god, the second the teleport came out, just straight up hit the jab, didn't even care. Are we gonna see the activation? Yes, we are. I will block the fireball. Nadeshko gonna keep me safe. Ooh. There's the combo.
Follow up, he shifts away. This is strong for Sim. Punish, got another one on the deck from behind the IKEA.
Oh.
There's the throw, Princeman though, EX. Caught him lacking and slacking. Art gonna put one on the board. Bro, the aggression that is coming from Flux, I feel like Art might have said something mean about his parents, said some shit about his mom or something like that. Because the way that he is slugging to get in, to get these wins, is just, he's swinging his fist. He is swinging.
I am not convinced that his vehicle has a first gear.
Round 1.
Going all the way in. But, I mean, that situation there, like, that's a little unfortunate, right? Because off that whip at the end there, if you had gone for the right counter poke, like, I feel like the EX Peach was oh no, I don't think I reacted in time. I'm going to catch him for hitting buttons out of the scramble. But, like, a low forward or something would have caught. Ooh, speaking of caught fishing.
Command grab goblin. Doesn't matter what character you play. You're all the same D'Amica when you got caught up in the corner. Neutral jump denied right there with the V shift, but still stuck and locked where you don't want to be. Checks him, picks him up. One more hit. The V shift. All the sim players said it won't help him. They lied.
All right. Backing out, there's the V skill charge. I mean, and we're seeing that a lot from Flux Waves. When Flux Waves is like, it needs to reset to neutral, it's back off, charge the V skill. Oh, we don't get a combo off of that.
We can't take this. Damn, that's so unfortunate. Now the scramble situations are starting to be more in favor of Flux. Some of that's the health lead. Some of these great start options. Round start with the jump in. EX, chase down on the float too as well.
And look at that. We saw it going for the neutral throw instead of a command grab or something like that, because Art has been going to like teleports and upbacks out of some of these command grab situations in a couple of these spots. Goes for the charge on the drop kick, but gets clipped out of it. Oh, the fireball trading with the V skill. I wonder if that's part of why the V skill charge is happening, to dissuade from just teleporting in.
Maybe. Oh, you thought? Stay sucker free on a Sunday. Pick up, put down. There's another round for Art. My man is definitely playing super solid. Now you see the adjustments also on his side in terms of defense on the deck. He's not going to get, you know, interrupted on all these V skills. He's a lot smart about using them and sticking them out. There's the crush, the fireball, follow up. Keeps Flux Wave locked in his seat.
Right, we're trying to dash in. But look at that. I feel like Flux having to go so far out to get sufficiently out to then get to dictate the pace back in. I mean, you're ceding a lot of space on the screen, and Art gets to completely reset everything. Oh, are we going to get to see a blow up on the V-shift back? No, we are not, but the counter hit is going to expose Nadeshko.
Bro, he only took a command grab after all that. To be honest, I would have taken a lot more. There's him in the corner. V reversal. The combo's still going to EX connects, wingless. The flip out, he shifts away. Art's still in play, but he's got caught in the corner. He's go, and he's back in. There's the win for Flux. Oh my God, these scramble situations again. When he's close enough, they are definitely benefiting Flux. They are definitely benefiting Mika. She loves the mix. She loves the scramble. When she goes to a restaurant, she don't order over easy. She wants some scramble every single time. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel like if there's something that I want to levy against Flux Waves that feels like it might be one of the biggest things, it's that we're not really seeing a concrete plan of how to handle the utilization of V-Shift from Art. Like, we're seeing a lot of these V-Shifts, but I feel like Art's just kind of able to use it. And, you know, as we develop this, maybe Mika just doesn't have a great answer to it, but with how much we're seeing it, if she does have one, I'd kind of like to see Flux Waves start to represent it a little bit more.
Maybe. I mean, I think the mental stack is almost enough. You see Art kind of break it down quite a bit. Some of these defensive, situations. You know what? You know, you have like the scramble situations. There's a mental stack that comes from all this. That's like you're like, I'm being put through hell. So even if you win the round, you're like, damn, I'm sweating. I got the pit sweaty out here. Now, better start right here for Art as he is building up the damage on the deck. Needs one more hit to do it.
Woo!
The shooters were not on the roof, dog. They were not on the roof.
Okay, there's going to be the Nadeshiko activation. You have to deal with this block string. There's some plus frames.
Neutral jump. Oh, from the disco, my friends and me, baby. And the super. CA, I'm going to see you next round. And you're going down. There's one more round for Flux. These scramble situations, I'm telling you, Flux lives in this. He lives for this.
Yo, looking real tough. Flux Waves on set point to be able to move on to the losers finals. Art's going to have to try to navigate through all of these scrambles that Flux Waves is finding to put him in.
Imagine navigating a top 10 character. Imagine navigating someone that knows that their character is busted. This is next level Art right here. He knows his character is busted.
Right, you got the life lead, and look at what's happening. Art has found the answer to Flux Waves' utilization of this V-skill. Every single V-skill for the last 2 rounds has gone punished. The problem is, it's Mika. Mika gets in once, that's all it takes. You have to guess a couple of times. It doesn't matter what her life is looking like in that particular moment. Spending all this V-trigger to get out, oh, the overcommitment on the EX Peach that's gonna close out the round.
That's the problem right there. You overcommitted. You didn't sign a prenup. You should have had a prenup. All right, Flux Waves get a little bit too antsy, a little bit too many minor situations, punishes from Art. But this is the back and forth. You see Flux kind of deviating away sometimes from that normal play, and then just going in for the win. I feel like if Art can stay solid in both forms, he might be able to take this. But again, Flux is on set point.
Right. Oh, the back throw from Flux Waves that you thought you were out. Nah, you're back in.
Oh, that back was close. Yo, the side switch. Bro, that's so cheap. And he's been had that. Come on. How is this character not been top 10? Zoner, by the way. Can we get some Zoner, by the way, is in the chat? Get some Zoner the case down, though. Oh, he's trying to get the drop kick, doubling down again, Brad. He's got feed trigger. My friends in me, yo, the disco. Assist me. Assist me as I put some ass to cheeks.
Oh. Have one more. If you get the opportunity to back out, you can call Nadeshiko one more time, but you get blown up by the TK Gale and Art stays alive for another game. We are going to a game 5.
Cheeks are staying unclapped. Just like that. Defense on the deck. If you're Art, you have played against so many. You probably played against El Chicote. You've played against Idom. You've been mixed. But that is the Art of has been stressed. He has shed his skin. This is Cretaceous Art. This is Art from back before Big Bang Art. You know what I'm saying? This is like all you hear in the darkness is, I can't even do his voice, but that's all you hear is his laugh in the distance. Can this pre-evolution Art take it over Flux?
He's blocking all the installs today. In winner side, we saw the in the previous match we saw the young Art install. Now we're seeing the Cretaceous Art install. I'm about it. Life about even. Getting in is Flux Waves, has the V skill on deck. There it is.
There's the throw. Jumping with the splash. I like him doing different things on these jumpers. We've seen the jump heavy kick and now the dive through. Flux just needs one good sequence. Great life on the deck. The wake up Gale, of course, we know that always comes through in terms of dealing with throw pressure to deny that.
The chase down with the EX Peach. Flux Waves back on set point going into this next round, stocked with 2 bars of meter, and we've seen the utilization of the meter be pretty good with Flux Waves. I think the problem is going to be if you need to not overcommit to the EX Peach. That's been one of the huge things that has brought these matches out of Flux Waves' favor when it starts to swing their way.
You get too committed to the scramble, you don't see the neutral, right? Get too committed to the Congo, you can't come back to civilization. If you're not careful, my man's gonna hold you to this EX Down to the ground you go. Denies it. He approached right here. My man tried to come in with 3 moves. Art.
Oh no.
With the defense. But he's caught in the corner, Brad. Don't matter. He's out. He's Sim. He's out.
Oh, this is a tough spot to be in as Flux Waves. You want to find the room to call Nadeshko to open up your offense. There it is, but you still got to deal with the EX Fireball. Nadeshko, okay, Art's able to navigate it and finds the pokes to get back through. We are in the final round.
Final game, final round. Flux, Art trying to go back to Cretaceous. My man, he ain't seen no cars. He ain't seen civilization like that. Buildings look different to him, all right? Back in the old days for him, he was a trilobite, you know, all right? But Flux, though, Flux with a time machine, he going back down, too. Anti-air, yo, Art, check his health. Check Art's health right now. Look at my man zoning. Look at my man zoning with his top 10 character. Look at my man zoning.
But look at this. What did I say? It doesn't matter how much life of a life lead you had over Mika. Mika gets in, you gotta deal with this. Nadeshko,
get that stun.
You got one more mix. That's gonna be the stun.
It's done. Flux is gonna take this over. Young Art, you should have went younger. Oh, he's out of there. Oh, when has Art ever done that? When has Art ever done that?
Oh my actual word.
Bro, Art was
I would be mad too. I would be livid, right? You bring this close ass, tight ass set. You are in the last round. You are in the last round. Yo, young Art, old Art, man's gonna get mad. Sometimes you get mad. Sometimes you get mad, and you know what? If I'm gonna get mad, that's the round to get mad at. You are sitting on a perfect in the last set of the loser semis on a ridiculous Mika that you have been navigating into a 5th game, and you actually, what did I say? Mika at 1 health and Mika at 75 health? You know what the difference is? At 1 health, Mika has V-Trigger. At 75, she might not yet, depending on what's happened. The V-Trigger pops out, you gotta deal with the mix. I'm sorry, you're done. I'd be mad too. But you know what? He's out at 4th with a ridiculous performance.
You know, you forgot one thing. I feel like Mika with low health means more glue. And, you know, they like the glue a lot. Mika players definitely be unusual. They start to get a little more wet and wild, not mild, as they go through it. You know what, Art? I feel you. I would have plugged too, bro. It's already over. I ain't trying to see nothing. Well, I'm trying to see some more sets. Losers finals, Just a Kid, Flux. Let's see who goes the distance. People, if you love what you see, and I know you do, hit up the match arena. Run that in the chat. Just like that, you're going to see the code. Catch that code. Don't catch no case, because I'll put you in the wrong space. Also, tweet it out, let the people know what's going on, that we're in losers finals of the Casa Street Fighter V, the 56th online tournament. Y'all done also had some offline stuff. We are almost there, and I really, really hope that y'all keep this online stuff going. I feel like there's room for it. There's room for online and offline. It might be a lot, but you know what? We appreciate having this. We appreciate everybody coming through. Let's get into it.
All right, we have the poison pick from Flux Waves and Just a Kid rocking the jury.
Welcome. Fight.
Yeah, let's see Flux on that. Poison pick. Long range is going to be hard to deal with. He's got to get in front of the face. He does have that fireball, though, that I feel like could be a good tool in kind of locking down the neutral a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Starting with that Oki on the fireball. We got some plus range. V-shift right back out. Just a Kid doesn't want to deal with any of that. Okay. All right, we're seeing some patience. I mean, like, when Just a Kid played the jury last, right, it was up in the winter side, and I feel like the big problem, it was against Marv, and I think the big issue there was a lack of respect for the counter pokes. Flux lost the round, but it was a different kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely a little different. Just a Kid, he picking his shots really well. His tip of the buttons are really good. You see some of these button presses, the weight, the stutter step, and then the crush right after. Flux got to be careful about when he want to press, but that's a problem. The slower buttons are poison. You got to be super careful. Also, not be up in this corner. You don't have a reversal. You got to be mad careful as Just a Kid's putting foot to face. Here's the EX, up kick to do it. The chase down on the V shift, but I ain't taking those. EX VP on the wake up.
Right. Plus frames just respects at that time, and with the walk back, we've seen that represented a fair bit from Just a Kid on both characters even. The walk back out of the shimmies. Flux is going to have to start representing some of these low pokes to kind of dissuade it. Go straight back. The V-trigger activation, I assume it was to buffer an anti-air. We find the anti-air there.
Yes, sir. Just a kid. Looking super dominant. Even in that round where he lost a lot of health. And we saw Flux starting to come back, but it wasn't like that. Just a kid feels, I feel like he's got a good plan. And I feel like also with the poking that he does with his character, the walk speed, the fireball, and then just being just a pestering, nut, makes it difficult to even disallow the jump in. Plus, you got a reversal on the deck. It's hard for Flux to get things started. That's only one, though. And this is loser finals. We're going the distance for the first of 3. And I see the code's been used up. Let's go, people. If you got more money on the way, keep throwing it in the pot. If you got to take it from your mom's change drawer, keep going. Let's get that pot up there with more fire. Come on, man. Let's get it going. Y'all done seen some great 5-5 action. Give them some love in that match arena.
Just the kid having another great round, but there's the V-trigger activation from Flux. Is this going to be able to cash out into some decent damage? Actually doesn't elect to spend. Oh, interesting DP interaction.
No man just done doing it. He's got V-trigger on the deck. He's going to have to do something real soon as he's cooking. Flux talking about him for a second. He's roasting him, talking about his foot fetish, how he into all that, how he saw his Twitter post. Big jump in right there, gets the win. Flux with the read.
Round 2.
I mean, this is the start of kind of what you need. I think a big part of that sequence, I love the choice of the neutral jump in some of the ranges where Just a Kid is going for that flip kick to try to start some offense and catch you for hitting some counter pokes in these errant spots. If you're going to be able to cycle that, it's going to force Just a Kid to play a more honest, grounded game where I feel like in theory that could be great for Poison as long as you can stay out of the tip of Jury's buttons.
Yeah, because you see the how her buttons kind of deal with the low profile right there. And we've seen so many times the fireball being a pain point, but Flux Wave's getting things started. EX coming through, goes low, up kick, almost for the stun, gets it done. Flux taking it back and just like that. All it took were a few adjustments, not getting gotten staying sucker free on a Sunday. This is the play I wanted to see from Flux.
Now, do we see Just a Kid let the jury rock? If so, how long? I mean, we saw the Rashid represented up in the winners finals. I mean, in either case, sort of, regardless, the win condition against Poison is you want to get inside of her range and kind of pester her. I suppose the advantage Jury has is that the distance she needs to travel inside of that range is less than it might be for Rashid.
I think Rashid would be a better pick on paper, but I do think that his Rashid ain't there. So he's just running a Jury pick because this is what he knows, right? I know you just got hit with that crush counter. Don't be pressing no damn buttons, bro. B skill gets a follow-up EX plus frames. You see the walk back, but they ain't happening like that. Too much damage on the deck from Flux.
And there was, I mean, on the backs of the tightness of these block strings and the inability for the walk back, you saw the crouch jab getting counter hit in the middle there. So I guess, you know, if you can't walk back and block out of these shimmies, apparently Just a Kid is not necessarily afraid to hit some counter pokes, which we also saw in the winner's side, top 8. We saw that Just a Kid was perfectly willing to hit some buttons in some spots if the feel is that counter poking is going to be valuable.
Nice anti-air. It's a throw. But again, this character's not about the damage. It's all about the aggression. It's all about putting the pressure on. When she gets, especially when she gets the stocks, now it's a one-touch situation. One touch. Go for the chip, no dip real soon here. Holds the throw, but you can't hold too much more. But the crouch, fierce. Bro, I think he tried to walk back or do something like that. But Flux got him.
So I just watched on the playback. It's not a counter hit, so I'm pretty sure, was gonna try to walk back. It was exactly in that range where Just a Kid is trying to walk back and not deal with all that stuff. Wants to get that breathing room and reset to neutral to get in on their own terms. And that's that low threat that I talked about. You need to establish that to force Just a Kid to sit down and deal with your offense. V-shift into V-break.
I like this. Get some distance. It's not you, it's me kind of thing. I need some time, and that will be just fine because he can stock up with the stocks, right? That'll allow Jory to get a lot more pressure. And V-Trigger hasn't really been a deal breaker for Just a Kid. He's not been getting too much offense with those exchanges. So I would like to see more V-shift. Now it's going to activate. That means no more of the V reversals or V shifts. Has to go full offense all damn day. Anti-air in play. EX, pull me closer.
And then look at that. Flux is just kind of keeping the block strings tight, willing to let them go all the way back to that range. You got the life lead after. It's not like you need to maximize your stuff after. Even after that back throw, you still have the life lead. And it's just like, look, I know you've been trying to hit buttons. I know you want to walk back. I'm going to make you sit here.
Right. Stay in place. V reversal. Doesn't matter. Good blocks, though, for Just a Kid. Dash up, lights checked. EX. Yeah, take back your turn, but the EX DP Just a Kid.
Yo, you said take back your turn.
Degenerate kids, that's the way you want to play, but it's Flux. Put him in his place. He said, bro, listen, you just a kid, but I'm just a man. I'm just a man.
Yo, it's just a kid. Up there in the winners finals, though, life is a nightmare. That's a simple plan.
Damn, I'm pulling the simple plan out here. Some of
Yo,
y'all might be too
it.
young for that. There's some people out there might be too young for that.
That's such a depressing thought. But you know what? I can't even be sad because we're sitting here in the losers finals. Flux Waves up 2-1 over Just a Kid, who is gonna let the jury rock. Oh no, not close enough for the hit confirm off of the standing medium kick. The DP goes punished. Flux Waves getting away with it a bit in this round. That was such a great sequence for Just a Kid, and it cost so much.
See people cheering for Just a Kid. Fellow foot fetishists cheering for Just a Kid, wanting his victory. He wants to put the face to put poor Flux in his place. Good answer back. Needs to find a way out. Flux has lost so much health. DP right there. Puts it back down to the ground. In the crush. Ooh. Just a Kid. Uh-oh.
That was great, right? Like, you got the life lead. Now it's beholden upon Flux Waves on Poison to make something happen. So you can do the backdash thing because Flux Waves doesn't want to hit buttons to try to dissuade your movement because it's risky. So now you get to open up that movement that you've been using a bit, and you can stick out more of these pokes and try some of this wilder stuff that you've been getting away with. It's the whole, you need to have the life lead to really expose that stuff.
That's really how a lot of matchups with her go. Even if you win the match, like, you definitely want to have, or win the match, you definitely want to have that lead. So you can play at your pace. Even better if you're not in that kind of situation. Nice fade away. The three-pointer EX connects. Puts him in the corner. Tech, crush, follow up. BP stun is rising. Gets a hit.
Yo,
counter hit though.
I think the last like 4 standing roundhouses have all been counter hits since that last round. There is a rhythm, there is a frequency that Just a Kid has finally tuned into.
I don't know, my man's off beat with that jump in though. No DP, no anti-air there. Activation. Flux could take this all back and put himself on set point and take himself to loser side grand final of the night. Just has to play this right. Falls to the Molotov. Big jump in. Just a Kid finally tying things up game to game.
Yo, we're going to a last game again in the losers finals. Everybody knew the tournament's getting to the end. Y'all came out to see a show you are going to get. Last game, losers finals. Just a Kid versus Flux Waves. Winner of this gets to move on to play Nightmare Effect, waiting up there in the grand finals. And we do not see a character switch from Flux Waves either, letting the poison rock the whole way through.
I don't think it's been the character. More, it's been like, you know, the choices, like the decisions, right? And we said it before. Flux needs to get that good, you know, round start. That's what Poison loves to have. That good round start. That lead to play your way. Even the trade situation will just be in your favor because you'll just have the damage differential on your side. Counter hit connects. B breaks up with the light and the throw. Millie rock up and down the block. B break, gets some distance. EX. B shit, or V reversal right there. Look at all the gray life.
It's a lot of gray life, and they're spending their V-trigger, or their V-gauge, I should say, so much. And now, I mean, this V-trigger activation, if absolutely nothing else, lets you spend a bit of time to let this gray life get back if you're Just a Kid. Getting in behind that fireball, trying to open up this offense. Not all the gray life gets back though, and Flux Waves finds a nice counter poke to start some stuff out. V-trigger about to run out here for Just a Kid, gets one last fireball out. Life about even here in this 5th game.
Just get back to neutral. Careful with those DPs. I want to see some more anti-airs from Just a Kid. He's been jumped in a little bit more than usual, and I feel like he's been watching the ground a little bit too much. Dash up throw though. Like the fireball follow up right there. Anti-air, no! Where are those? There it is. Just does it. Just does it. Brad, he didn't do that as an anti-air. He just done did it, and that'll do it for him. He's one more away for the win. Set point, Just a Kid. If I ask him to anti-air, he go anti-air.
Yo, Just a Kid is playing kind of wild right now. We saw all the jumps. We saw the dash-in throws. That DP there, it's like their confidence, now that the set has swung in this way, is like, you're losing control of this. This started out with you putting the lid on me. You were telling me to sit down, and now it's opened up enough? Nah, I'm telling you to get walking.
Nice blow up right there with the kick split. Neutral jump, denied, throw, Millie rock up and down the block. Man, the extension and the V trigger. This is going to be a lot of stun building up. And Flux is moving him down to the corner. This control, this is what you have to do. The kid's get unruly, put the control on him. Put him in the corner. Timeout, 10 seconds. Shit, I don't know why I said 10 seconds. For me, when I was a kid, that shit was like 30 minutes to like an hour, just sitting in the corner. And now we're at the corner of this match. Final game, final round.
Fluxwaves has made the adjustment though. Look at the different way that Fluxwaves is approaching this now. Keeping things more solid, doing things in an attempt to put the lid back on the, frankly, kind of absurd energy that Just a Kid is kind of bringing to the table.
Yeah, my man definitely not trying to anti-air too much. He's just trying to focus on the ground game. Let's see if he can get better about that. If Fluxwaves comes through these jump-ins and gets his reads. B skill careful. That's whip punishable. If you do it wrong, finds the DP right after, is pushing Flux away, runs right in the heavy kick in play. He's got the Molotov on the deck. That means he can roast him.
All right. B shift back just to get out of the pressure, jump over, gets away with the counter poke crouch jab. Just a Kid, I was gonna say had the slight life lead, but eats the Molotov.
B shift, B break, check the gray. Check the gray. EX, what's the play? So much gray, that means like one hit's probably gonna be a ton of damage. One jab will do a crush, but Fluxwave saves himself from death in the final game and takes it over Just a Kid.
You know what's a real shame? I had to look back over at the playback on Twitch chat because Just a Kid walked up, right? Went to do the regular throw. That's what Fluxwaves held North out of. Just a Kid didn't go for an anti-air DP. It looked like Just a Kid tried to go for an anti-air button to close it out, and I cannot help but feel like if you had gone for mid DP and landed the anti-air on the jump in from Poison, maybe that could have gone your way. It was really one micro decision in that moment was the difference between who gets to move on to this grand finals here. What a great performance through this whole tournament from Just a Kid. I'm a little shook. The energy and intensity that you brought, you seemed pretty comfortable managing the chaos, Just a Kid. But Fluxwaves...
Nah, you giving too much to him. Next time anti-air, bro. You know what to use for anti-airing. And y'all know what it is. Hit up the Maturino. I need y'all to run some... The codes are used up, and I love that. But you know what I'd also love? If you got some scrap in your pockets, throw it their way. And you still got the sponsor quest on the right-hand side in play. All right? Tweet out, let the people know we're in grand finals. Nightmare Effect, the man of sauce, going up against Fluxwave, who already have one loss. All right, he wants that run back. All right, he's hungry for it. He's got to make it twice to do it nice. You know what I'm saying? He's got to win twice to reset the bracket and take the victory over Nightmare. Nightmare only needs one to get it done. People, this is going to be a hot and heavy one. We just want the people know. Make sure that you got your snacks and you ready, got your feet kicked up and ready to see a slugfest. I'm thinking this is gonna be, I'm hitting you for real. When I'm hitting heavy punch and that crush counter hits, I'm hitting you for real.
Yo, just to give a little bit of context, because I just rolled back over, I was surprised when I looked at the bracket to see Fluxwaves and losers as early as Fluxwaves was in losers. Here's a little bit of context for y'all. Fluxwaves is sitting hot right now. You know how I know? Fluxwaves was sent to losers by Just a Kid pretty early in the bracket, 2-1. That is double jeopardy. Fluxwaves moves up to grand finals on the backs of the person that sent them down to losers earlier in the bracket. We are in the lobby already, loading in, waiting to see both players ready up at the same time.
Welcome.
Nightmare Effect and Fluxwaves. Casa 56.
Damn, y'all getting some
and I see you, yo,
action.
the Maturino just broke $100.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't put in the codes so you don't catch a case. I love that. This is what I love to see. Y'all coming out supporting this scene right here. Y'all sticking around, watch this action, not only from the raids, but just coming through. I appreciate you. You understand me? You get me? To have something to watch on the Friday night, y'all could be watching some stupid ass show on Netflix, some whatever dumb show that they've done to hold your attention for 5, maybe 15 seconds with some terrible acting. You get to see some great Street Fighter 5 action and just forget all that. You love to see it. And we're going to love to see the Mika versus Balrog pick. This is one of his worst matchups. This is the matchup that ROG players hate seeing. They have nightmares about this shit. But Nightmare, he's a nightmare in and of himself, right? He got it in the name, dog. He knows what it's about. He's been through this road.
The question is going to be, is the Nightmare Effect that he's going to lose out on the grand finals against the Mika? Or are you going to overcome the Nightmare? Is it the strength of living through the Nightmare? What is it going to be? Fluxwaves has to make this run through 2 sets, like you pointed out, coming up from the losers. And sitting on the life lead straight out the gate.
My man, acting like a showing out here, dog. You got to do with the power of friendship. The power and friendship guiding me along. Anti-air right there. He has the power of all the sauces behind him. The barbecue sauce, the ranch sauce, all of his friends behind him. Can they help him take down Flux? Remember, this matchup is not fun. It's all about the grip that you want to apply. The Gorilla Glue. I'll stick to you. EX, avoids the throw.
Right. We are seeing the skill 1, trigger 1 loadout that we saw at the end of the winners finals represented here from Nightmare Effect. So no trigger 2 here. I imagine you don't want to bother trying to bring the command grab energy to a grappler. You want to bring out the closer. You got to do it with the Nadeshko in the corner now. The V-shift getting blown up. You have one more guess for game. And the throw tech, nay, the shimmy. First round going to Flux Waves.
Damn, Flux. Remember, it don't matter who you are when you're fighting Mika. If you're caught in the corner, you're all the same to her. All right? All she sees is red. All she drinks is glue. But I'm going to stick to you, says Nightmare. Build that bar like Build-A-Bear after getting the stun, and it's almost done. EX doubling down. One more touch to do it. Flip out. You're still caught in the corner. Fold him like laundry.
Yo, is he beginning to believe? Man, seen the source code. I know what this does.
He understands. It's on the sauce code, doggy. It ain't the source code, it's the sauce code. You see that up at the top? It says the sauce code.
Seen the nutritional facts. Some jump in. Okay, some frame traps. I see. All right, I got to hit that with a little bit of crouch strong.
I can neutral jump too. Neutral jumping heavy punch to catch some of these dashes and things like that. Kind of smart. Kind of just disallowing this approach right here. But Flux then again will not be denied. Damage applied though from Nightmare. Puts him in the corner with the V skill push. And he backs away. He knows one back throw would be painful.
Oh, this is huge. You got to deal with that. The V reversal keeps safe. Oh my god, the whiff punishment there has been so good. Or at the very least, the spacing to make that tool there from Fluxway's whiff. Oh, there's the whiff punishment.
Just as he said that, my man trying to slide on the ground in the jab to deny the damage. Ah, man, Nightmare, he done suffered. Again, as we said before, my man had nightmares about this character. He has suffered he's been command grabbed too many times. He says enough is enough. Tonight is the night. I am ready to fight. Tonight is the night. I'm getting the Macherino bucks, brother.
All right, we're loading right back in. Flux is gonna let it rock with this character.
No reason to switch. She wins this matchup, but you have to figure out how that happens. And we're not seeing the usual things, command grabs, mix-ups, and things like that. We usually see the pressure being put on the wrong, but look at this. Denying any approach.
Yeah, I mean, Nightmare Effect's damage has been really, defense has been really good, and the ground game has been immaculate. The defense, the whiff punishment, the spots on the screen, the way that you're navigating all of the spacing, but now you gotta navigate this offense. The dash back gets blown up by the Nadeshko. I think you were worried about a back throw to steal the corner.
Oh! Talk to him for a second. Call him free. Stuns rising. We gotta finish the job. Double tap, good. Do it now. Do it now, Gohan. Splash. Stay wet and wild. Oh, punish! Oh, why he doing it for it twice? It don't work like that. My man says sauce code. He wrote the code, bro. He knows what's in it.
It's like, yo, I know how this seed works. I know what random number generation library you are using. I got the read on you. I'm gonna block the body splash. And look at this. Look, it's so clean. Do not. Why are you reaching? Quit reaching. Says Nightmare Effect. Backing off just a little bit.
Crush.
Next.
Do it again. Stun. That's another perfect. Yo, Brett, this is another closeout perfect round for Nightmare. Nah, son, Nightmare on something different. We gotta check his sauce. We gotta check his sauce. There's something different in his sauce. That's not the kind of sauce you can buy on the market. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's a different market you buy that sauce from. You ain't find that on the shelf of Aldi's. You ain't find that on the shelf of Walmart. You ain't gonna find that, made anywhere but this man's basement. Are you kidding me?
Back to the lobby. Fluxwave is gonna make a character change, perhaps? Are we gonna see? I mean, every time we've seen the Mika tonight, it's been the V-Trigger 2. So my guess is not that we're gonna see a change in the V loadout, but that we're gonna see the change to the poison.
I just honestly, at this point, it's just you have to make in my opinion, maybe changing characters will help you in your mindset, but it's just about how you're playing and approaching the matchup. I feel like my man Flux is just getting outplayed. The defense isn't there. The reads are there from Nightmare Effect. You pull another character up, you still have to switch your style up because my man is still going to be able to read these elements. Maybe you'll be able to switch up how you play because, I mean, obviously you have to do that. You're not a grappler anymore. You're a zoner, by the way. But I feel like Nightmare Effect is in my man's head. Can he get him out of there? Boot him out.
Right. I mean, I think one of the differences here, obviously, is going to be that Poison can really contest that range in front of her where, you know, Boxer's going to want to navigate from. So it's going to be this trading of whips versus dash straights until somebody gets in to start the offense. And it looks like that somebody is going to be Nightmare Effect, who is in the driver's seat again, walking you all the way to the corner. Now we ain't walking, we throw it.
State to state, baby. State to state with that great life. And look at how confident he is. He's willing to just hold down right for the down back, find his hit, put him in the corner with the target combo, finesse and bless, trying to put him to rest. One more hit will do it right here. Flux finding his moment, at least find a little bit of that Molotov, a little quick and sear, but you know that Nightmare Effect is not going to back down. Be reversal.
Right, still stuck in the corner. This is a one-touch game for Nightmare Effect to close out this round, even blowing up the start of EX heart rate. And it's like, Flux just has to make this no meter, no V gauge. The whiff punish and Nightmare Effect on set point. Grand Finals winner side has not dropped a round, I think. Correct me, right? That second game certainly was 2-0. That first game also 2-0, looking hella clean. Somebody send this man some bagels. He's looking like a closer.
He is, dog. We told you, only closers get them coffee, dog. He is all caffeined up with the crush. Throw, nap time. Got him caught up in the corner. We saw this movie before. Yo, Flux, change the channel, baby. Change the channel. I need you to change the channel. V reversal, caught up in the corner. That great life, you know what's going to happen. Damage on the deck.
Yo, this is going to be a huge cash out. Nightmare Effect just needs to weather the storm and find the way through.
Oh, you're right.
Walks the Molotov. There it is.
Got caught up in the corner. Don't press a damn button. Don't press a damn button. EX. Nightmare Effect. He'll take back his turn. Plus frames. Nap time. One more hit to do it. And the finish is just a jab, dab, Blueya. Nightmare Effect. Content to make content out of Flux. You know my man's making a YouTube video right now. Dancing all around. Those 6 straight games. Or I should say 6 straight rounds. 3 straight games. Gets it done. Nightmare Effect with the sauce. No loss. He really had the sauce, no loss. Nah. Don't let me start. Don't let me start.
Against Flux Waves? Against Flux Waves. You do Flux Waves like that? Okay. I see you, Nightmare Effect. And I see Bunch up here in the lobby too to do the end of night TO things for all of y'all.
That shit's crazy. We ended the night before midnight. Ooh. Oh my goodness. We're getting kind of good at this TO thing, huh? All right, cool. Yo, good stuff to can we rate it? Yeah, sure, I don't care. Sure, buddy. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I lost my spot. Yo, good stuff, Nightmare Effect. Flux, you're back at second place. Fix your shit or you're gonna keep losing. And who got third? Just the Kid, right? Somebody? Yep. Anybody?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yep.
Congrats to Just the Kid. I think this is your first time entering Casa. Welcome. And thank you to everybody that got the Maturino to $100. That was dope. Shout outs to Rotary Lover. Always holding it down with Maturinos. Always chilling mad hard. I appreciate you, homie. Wherever you reside, thank you, and eternal blessings to you. Shout outs to Brian and whoever else rated us to get us to 300-400 viewers. Now we're at 247. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Arturo Sanchez, for everything you've done. We've been having conversations about the land of Robakia in the background. So yeah. So
you need to stay off Twitter, please.
It's been real dope, man. It's been real dope and real emotional today. Friday, May 28th has been very emotional. Yo, this movie came out yesterday. That's crazy. The Casa movie, May 27th. All right, I'm out of here because I'm making whack jokes. Good night, everybody.
Yo, there you
All
have
right.
it.
Yeah, that's about it. Yo, thank you to everybody watching, all the players that came through. Nightmare Effect, the God with the sauce, no loss, bro. You can have that. I don't know if you know that, but you can have that one. That's on me, baby. Use that in your content. Art, yeah, Bob Opt, that was funny. Also, everybody, I want you all to have a great night. Please stay off Twitter and stop being weird. You know, come play out here in the Casa, spend your time out here playing with everybody, watching this great Street Fighter 5 action. Brad, you have anything you want to say to people before we bounce out of here?
Just that y'all need to be safe, wear your masks while you still have to, go get the vaccine, and we can start to migrate this stuff back online. I have seen the light. We had local up here, as I
Back
alluded to a
offline.
little bit earlier. Y'all can be back offline. We just gotta, we're almost there, and I cannot wait to put some faces to the names for everybody that we see and that's been coming out and supporting us for this past year. I can't wait to meet you at a local cola
That's what I'm saying.
at some offline.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, brother. We gotta make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna get there, people. But for now, we'll just make it week by week. We'll see you next week at Casa Online Weekly Street Fighter 5. Peace, everybody.
Have a good night, y'all. Be safe.